The beautiful thing about cycling is you can have the same routes in the same races year after year, and they have different outcomes, unexpected racing. San Remo is going to be a sprinter that wins, a puncher, or is it going to be a breakaway artist? This is like the Yidi Hill stage, the San Remo of the Middle East, and it has 3 hard climbs: Jabal Road, Al Jissa, which they do in reverse of Muscat Classic. Here's Jates looking happy. Jates is happy, I'm happy. And then they finish with like a 1.7k, 7% climb. Last case flat. Could be punchers, could be breakaway, could be a really versatile sprinter, but Quick-Step of the World Tour teams, Quick-Step wanted to be in the breakaway today. Now, they got Ethan Hayter, who in theory used to win these sort of small group sprints for Jam, but Quick-Step really wanted to be in the breakaway. They've also got Valentin Paris-Pantra, who's very explosive. In the end, the expected break goes with Kane Richards, Mohamed El Wahibi, and Alvarez, the same as yesterday. Magnus Coulthard joins them with another Omani national team rider. But no one wants to control. No one wanted Quick-Step in the break, but then no one wanted to control. And no one really thinks they have the favourite. Like, the Visma think Behrens is going to survive. Maybe, maybe not. Astana weren't controlled because they got a sprint with 5 guys. UAE... they want to control, but they don't have Ulysses on their team anymore, or Ulysses Grant. Total Energy, like, are they going to control for Genier or Turgis? Probably not. Shooter for Plomas, they did want to control a little bit, but Quick-Step and Vervaeke seized on it. They kept forcing the issue. The break was at 5 minutes at this point. 5 minutes, and Vervaeke's like, you know what, I'm dancing off the front. And he does, and everyone's probably thinking at this moment, what a waste of time. He's going to get stuck in the middle. Well, Asperin goes after him on Q3 6.5. And so now there's 2 in the middle. They get across to that breakaway. Madouaz and Aular also jump. They don't. They're in a chasse patate, stuck on 2 minutes between the 2 groups for a long, long time. Aular, I thought, would have been a guy for this finish. He's won a Limousin stage out of Axel Zangler last year. But Tudor, they start to increase the pace on Jabal Road. Then Berhe on Jaco Alula. They're going for either Depreto or Engelhardt, perhaps both, and they'll split the stage 50-50. Really hard 3.5k, 10% climb. Big watts. They went super fast up that climb. The problem is all the domestiques got dropped. You're talking Langen, maybe Vermeersch is cooked. A lot of the big units, then everyone had to wait to come back because this is just a group of like punchers and climbers at the moment. And even like Berhe is not going to, on a 30k flat road before Al Jissa, he's not going to bring back, even helped by Nicholas Vinokurov or Alexander Vinokurov, he's not going to bring back the breakaway with Ulysses. That's who Astana were going for. So they had to wait kind of for the big units to come back. Eventually Langen does come back. The big units are back that can pull, and the breakaways gap starts to tumble from 5 to 4 to 3 minutes. Langen maybe not getting the best draft here off the Airbnb hotels young rider. So big units, small units, everybody contributing. We have 5 teams chasing. Jaco for the Depreto and Engelhardt. UAE, I don't know, maybe they think Ulysses on UAE. And Astana for Ulysses, Tudor for Rick Plomas if he was still there. But there's other teams, like, if this gets too hard, maybe it's going to turn into like a punchy climber that wins this. And that's what FDJ were thinking. David Garou's beaten Wout van Aert actually on a finish similar to this, with a flat sprint. Vervaeke gets over Al Jissa. He's got 9k solo to go. His gap was down to 50 seconds. And because that climb was so hard, again, who's going to take control? FDJ were controlling, then Millard attacks, and that's where I think they lose the stage. The Peloton, FDJ, instead of him pacing, I mean, he has to eventually pace, but he shouldn't have attacked there most likely, although they were going for Gadou. Madouaz was dropped, or maybe they're going for Tom Donenworth. I think they're going for Donenworth, the Franco-English rider. And so this is not Vervaeke. We thought in the last 2Ks, Vervaeke was being brought back. It's Asparin. FDJ, even Gadou putting in the work. Last K to go. You can see him just here when he turns right. It's then a quick downhill, then they turn around left again for Vervaeke. So he's got a gap of maybe 8 to 10 seconds. Not a huge margin, but luckily for him, there's not full lead-out trains coming. It's also not a straight run. Everyone has to retake momentum again through this right-hand corner. And you know, the most dangerous sprints in the world, sprints when it's climbers sprinting against each other and they're gassed. We'll see that in a minute. But Louis Vervaeke, what a win. What a way to take his first professional victory. going in the bridging to the breakaway like that, holding them off by 2 seconds. Incredible victory. VPP second, his teammate. But here you see, I think it's Engelhardt, I don't know, one of the Jaycos. He looks like he's going to take the draft to the right-hand side, and then he swings back left really quickly, hits bump shoulder with the DSM rider, and then one of the FDJ riders, I think Donenworth actually was in good position, goes down, and then the Movistar rider swings he's going for the gap in the middle between Valentin Paripantra and Engelhardt, and then he swings really far to the right, and then I think it's DePreto. I don't know. I think DePreto got relegated. One of them did, the Jayco riders. Swings to the left, but also to the left too far. He swings even though he's not shooting through the gap. He just chops the Movistar rider. So really sketchy sprint. Luckily, none of the GC guys went down. Vervaeke happy to win ahead of VPP. Credits to Quickstep for taking the race on today, actually. Then Flynn, Engelhardt, Brenner, DePreto got relegated. Hennock, Kras, Yates, and Rondell rounding out the top 10. Tomorrow we have a proper hilltop finish, or mountaintop finish, on Eastern Mountain. Really, really steep last 2Ks. Is it time for Yates to take the GC lead? VPP looking dangerous, though. Can't wait to cover it. Until then, ciao.